Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Distractions be damned, bro.
Never let a distraction win.
Distraction is winning for real. We limited on time. We about to knock this out the park like a home run from the Chicago Cubs, the #1 team in the Central Division of the National League. You dig?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of our Chicago listeners.
Yeah, but you didn't see this though.
Thanks, guys. This is your daily acknowledgement.
It's one finger, not gun finger. Remember that.
Well,
Yeah. As usual, show is sponsored by SoRoVega.com, SoRoVega Pro Audio, SoRoVega.com for all your pro audio needs. Shouts out Henry, shouts out Gary. Pro audio, studio monitors, headphones, nautical equipment like nautical sound, motorcycle
On
sound.
a boat?
On a boat, your broads. And also the good people at Vita Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com. Vita Hermosa Cigars, it is a beautiful life. Now, Suave,
Indeed.
what's happening?
Man, it's another day in the jungle. As you can see, with it being another day in the jungle, I will not face any gorilla not named Monsoon.
If you face Gorilla Monsoon, then we having the show from the upper room.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only gorilla I'm interested in meeting and or fighting.
And I don't know, like, trained or not trained, I don't know 100 people I want to have my back against a gorilla.
I don't know 100 people I want to have my back against poverty. So as
You
I have put out
said a whole word with that one, Suave.
So as I have put on social media as of yesterday, don't you dare figure out how to fight a gorilla before you figure out how to fight poverty.
And of course, nobody likes that because it's the truth.
I'm not concerned with what you like, but what I will not be doing is reporting to OTAs for your gorilla fighting team.
You can have all that.
Undrafted free agent, homeboy.
Not even gonna date this one, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. Fast break offense, we haven't done this in a while.
We got jokes.
We got jokes, bruh. Before we get into jokes, on a serious note,
Okay.
we found out today through a few different online outlets and also through a very cryptic post on social media that New Japan star, recent free agent Jeff Cobb, 16-year veteran of pro wrestling, has decided to call it quits.
I don't know if you, because I saw that this got posted in the Broken Pencil official Facebook group. I don't know if you saw my response to it, because I read it and I was like, okay, yeah, retirement post. But at the same time, I'm like, did they change his name and he just decided to retire the name Jeff Cobb?
So I didn't see that until just now, and I was going to actually comment on that here on the show because not even 3 weeks ago did he post a
then now forever-esque message.
Yes.
Like the ink was dry.
at like the weekend of WrestleMania, which is also the same weekend his contract expired with New Japan.
Because nobody tweets something like that out without motion.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah. And I haven't done the knowledge to see if Jeff Cobb is his government name or not. But if it's
Doesn't
not,
matter.
and it's so plain of a name, just like Alan Jones is a plain name.
I actually think, go ahead.
Alan Jones never wrestled as Alan Jones.
He just abbreviated it for AJ.
Yeah.
Thing is, do you think, now we're crate diggers, we know who Jeff Cobb is, but do you think that's a name you take to Stanford to make a bag?
Nah, bro.
That's
Two single syllable names. Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Vince be damned. That's not even Triple H worthy.
You see what I'm saying? Like, Creative Services probably gave him a list. So we'll see Coquina Cruz debut here in like another 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean, he could go recycle a name from the NXT graveyard that has been lost and forgotten. We could probably be like, have we seen? Nah, we have.
No.
But then again, the name of the internet, in the days of the internet, we can probably go back and, like you said, we crate diggers. That's low hanging fruit. You can go.
Yeah,
find
that's
that.
the whole reason we refer to him as Walter in our house. You know,
Absolutely, yeah.
Google will get your ass in trouble. Just chill. Just come up with something good.
It's bad enough we're still calling Kaiser Ludwig. I mean,
you did,
especially after Borga.
That's a compound fracture. Like, that's old stupidity mixed with new stupidity to cause a new travesty.
Oh man! And speaking of Borga, this is the first time since the show has aired on Vice that we have not previewed or gone over Dark Side of the Ring.
I think we mentioned kind of what the lineup was going to be.
I don't even think we did that on the show.
That one I'm almost sure we did, but we didn't tap in, and we haven't talked about it since the season started, and probably for good reason.
No, we're going to definitely do a deep dive, and we still got to do the tournament. But since we're midway through, actually not even midway, we're at the tail end of season 6.
Right.
It's going to make the tournament so much better when we finally do it, because we got a round number, we got an even number of tournaments, even number of episodes. We got 60 episodes we'll be going over. We'll have some special eliminations. We could even, because it's 60 and we go 64, we can even put 4 of the top episodes in twice, because it's BPBC rules.
Now you just booking stuff on the fly.
I'm just telling you, like, these are things that are possible, not things that are going to happen. That's all I'm saying.
Butterfly in the sky.
What?
Come on.
Let's get it on.
Yeah. Only the real ones know that version. That's the only version I want played. Period.
Ninja.
You think it's a game?
Woo! I won't even do the whole, like, the editing on that one. I'm just going to go with the woo.
Hey, yo, where them jams at?
They playing?
Is they?
Yeah, they know the volume, bruh. Like, I can. There you go.
Okay, yeah, I'm finna say.
Yeah, they back there.
Don't make me feel like my senses are going dull.
What? So back. So hold on. So if Jeff Cobb, name or personality or person, is retired, we owe this to you.
It's just like Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is retired. Ricky Saints out here getting money.
Ricky Saints Ricky Saints is a rookie out here.
Can you get Rookie of the Year if you change your name?
Think about this. He was a AEW World Tag Team Champion, and they never mention him. They only say Big Bill is a former World Tag Team Champion.
That's just being petty.
In multiple companies.
No, that's being petty.
That's super petty.
Yeah.
No Messiah.
That's being petty. No Messiah.
Yeah. I'm going to read something here to you. In the age of the
Does
internet,
it come with that music specifically? That came in the package? Pause.
It's perfect. It's perfect for this.
Okay.
Let's see what the title is. See how perfect this is. Not really, but the energy is still the same. The title of this track, shouts out to Marco Polo, who gave us this with permission, by the way.
Polo.
The name of this track is called New World Ginger. So I'm about to read you this post here.
Shout out to Lash LaRue. Shout out to Heath Slater.
Oh, Lash.
Say, do we even know enough gingers to get a full 5-piece?
The internet has been going crazy with ChatGPT asking for roast.
I know where this is going.
This one wasn't even a roast. This is from,
Go ahead.
This is from Wrestling Alliance, and I'm going to read this verbatim.
Okay.
I asked ChatGPT to burn Charlotte Flair in a promo, and this is what it came up with. Pretty freaking good for what it is. Quote, Charlotte Flair, the self-proclaimed queen, the 10-time, 12-time, who even knows how many times women's champion. You know why no one keeps count, Charlotte? Because none of them meant a damn thing. You didn't earn your throne, you inherited it. You rode your daddy's name straight to the top like a trust fund kid in the wrestling ring. Ric Flair bled for this business. You bled your opponent's drive for opportunities they actually deserved. Every time a woman starts to rise, there you are backstage, whining to management, flexing your last name like it's a golden ticket. Your legacy isn't about greatness, it's about gatekeeping. You say you're genetically superior, but the only thing in your DNA is entitlement. You've been handed more title shots than half the roster has had matches, and when you're not holding the belt, you're holding up the division, sucking the oxygen out of every storyline that Botox sneered and cardboard charisma.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You walk around like you are a women's wrestling, but honey, the game moved on. Sasha made it cool, Becky made it real, Bayley made it hard, Rhea's making it terrifying, and you just made it boring. So stay in your palace, queen. Keep polishing your dusty crown and counting your recycled reigns, because out here, where hunger matters more than heritage, your kingdom's crumbling.
I mean, listen.
Let me ask you a question, before you
first of,
let me ask you a question. Is that not a surmised thing of all the things we've been saying since 2017, 2018?
Pretty much, other than like the taking liberties part. Pretty much. I mean, to one degree or another. Like, now, we never got as scathing because, here with the Broken Pencil Booking Company, it's about the execution of certain things. We don't always go into a situation where we're attacking the talent, just the presentation we get as consumers. But yeah, it fits. That jacket do fit. Now, first of all, who did this? Who asked for this?
Wrestling Alliance. Social media
AKA group. Tiffany Stratton. Like, let me find out Tiffany Stratton went to ChatGPT and figured out how to cook Charlotte again. Like, let me cook you on both sides.
The timing is eerie, right?
I'm just saying. And look, it's gonna get worse as we go along because the Gen Pop is starting to figure out how to use AI for their own entertainment. Not for their own, gratification or financial benefit, but they're entertaining themselves with it. So we've seen a lot of classic wrestling photos turned into Muppets. We actually have one that needs to be posted. Yeah, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better because now everybody at least knows the entry point. You can just ask, hey, roast this person, and ChatGPT does the rest. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm wondering how long it's going to take Stanford to fire the writing staff and just have 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 people at most that either 1 know the business or 2 know how to navigate ChatGPT.
Considering how many applications that they have posted for writers' positions, creative positions, and social media positions over the few years. I mean, it's a revolving door of pestilence, not petulance, pestilence.
Right.
I just don't understand why they hire people. Well, actually, I can't say just to fire them because that the one that fires people is no longer there. But is the schedule too hard? Are the qualifications too hard? Are these people that don't know jack from shit on wrestling? I
think it's a little bit of everything.
Everything? It's a salad.
Yeah. It's a little bit of everything. It's a whole situation. Like a lot of these corporate entities, they want to hire unicorns. First of all, unicorns, if we're going to believe they exist, they're probably in a finite quantity. There's not a lot of them, and the ones that exist may not be wanting to do that for that price. So that's number one. So a lot of the job responsibilities don't fit the pay scale.
Price just went up.
That part. Then there's a thing where for the longest you haven't been hiring talent that have a pro wrestling background, so to speak. Like, they don't watch it. You want people who wrote TV before, because you're essentially writing episodic television. You're trying to tell jokes. That whole variety hour stuff that should have gone out the door with the previous administration. But, you know,
and one of your most bona fide talents that have the ability to bring forth a real character to the screen, if booked properly, is now reduced to said fodder. I'm not talking about R-Truth. I'm talking about Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And while we're talking about R-Truth, before R-Truth and Ric Flair,
there was nothing.
Well, actually, not before.
Before R-Truth, there was nothing.
This is truth. So R-Truth single-handedly is ruining wrestling, because the WWE's timeline started with him.
R-Truth was there for every significant moment in WWF/E history.
The most documented world title reigns in history.
Facts.
Let that be known.
And I'm gonna be real, if anybody's actually paying attention, ergo the writers we just alluded to, you need to bring that up at some point during this John Cena victory lap, because he's gonna interact with R-Truth. R-Truth should bring up the fact that he's a 56-time 24/7 champion, and that means he has more title
24/7
reigns.
7-Eleven I-95 South World Television Champion.
.com. R-Truth needs to bring that up. And look, if we can just get like one match on SmackDown between the two of them, and if R-Truth loses, then he vacates all of his title reigns to get the number back where it's supposed to be. Like, you come up with something.
I need to have him be the role of like Mike Jackson to George South, where it looks like he's actually going to win in a very long match. Like, I don't need it to be short. I needed to show world champion R-Truth caliber. I need to see Ron Killings in that ring.
No, we definitely talking TV main event, hot 20 minutes, 25.
25, one commercial break, just to make it feel like it's a lot longer.
You know what? It's Cena's victory lap. No commercial breaks, 25.
Okay.
30-minute time limit, they're going to go at least 20, no commercial breaks.
And I will say this, if no one mentions it beforehand, if this last pay-per-view is going to actually happen in Boston, and it's going to be Cena's last match before he rides off into the sunset.
From Boston.
It needs to happen on the Go Home show prior to that pay-per-view. Oh, what in the world was that? It needs to go home prior to that pay-per-view. In my opinion, needs to happen. So that way it's mentioned. And so while he's thinking about ruining wrestling, he can't ruin something that he never held himself, because he was never the 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 South World Television Champion.
I think R-Truth should go pull the title out of the trash and bring it to the ring with him.
With lettuce on it.
Come on, bro. Man, it's just too far.
What you got on your side, bro?
About what per se?
We telling jokes, man. We got a few more minutes.
I mean, as far as jokes go, so have you heard the one about the woman who has claimed that wrestling is ruining her marriage?
You mean every wife with a husband that has network? Netflix or the CAC? Pause.
Except in our house. Except in our houses. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
My wife was actually a wrestling fan, bar none, until she went to a show, and I won't even give you. I'll give you that story off the air, but I refuse to give the Pencil Pushers that story as to why she's no longer a real fan.
That's terrible.
And I just gave you a hint.
I'm looking for the link to this story, but in short, a woman complained about her husband on Reddit. Said, "My husband is obsessed with pro wrestling and it's ruining our marriage." My question is it ruining your marriage because you guys are rooting for different people? Or is it because you're not being supportive of his choices in entertainment?
Hold that thought, because I actually have it. I'm about to send it to you. Because you sent it to me, after all.
Indeed.
Hold, please.
Sharing is caring.
Yep, sharing is caring. Suave. Bam. There you go.
And
you should have it in there.
I mean, I have this same link, but it doesn't pull up the link to the actual.
Gotcha. Okay. For some reason, I thought that was the.
And it's not in the comment section of this post like most of these grifters do.
So let me go ahead and try to rationalize on your side, because I got one good one.
I can't, because my home is supportive of me, so I don't really know how. Like, I don't see how. Yeah, I don't see how. This is not even a finished part to that. I don't see how.
Shouts out the gang, brother Jamal Willis.
Yeet.
Belt collecting can, as it relates to pro wrestling, but other collecting as it relates to not pro wrestling can ruin a marriage.
Because there's a significant monetary investment that goes into belt collecting. Sort of like the same as having me with a sneaker collection.
Exactly.
There's a certain amount of money that goes into being a sneaker collector, whether it's an active sneaker collector or whatever the case may be. But with any hobby, because this is a hobby, you need disposable income to participate in said hobby.
I love the fact that you brought that up. Keep going.
If you do not have disposable income to participate in said hobby, you can still read about it. You can still watch content on it. You can make a list. I wish you can even research stuff. There's every reseller app, whether it be I ain't gonna name.
Yeah.
But you can make a list of stuff you want and keep track of it, and the prices will go up and down. It's almost like the stock market to a degree. You can participate without, being financially irresponsible. That's the only way I can see a hobby getting to the point where it's like it's ruining our marriage.
So, WrestleMania has brought out some signs that expose some possible truths. I mean, with anything in pro wrestling, you take it with a grain of salt, because like the t-shirt said, everything is pro wrestling.
Everything. Shout out to Mega Ran.
Shouts out to Ran. Now, the signs that were the funniest had money attached to it. Like, this WrestleMania financially ruined me. I spent blah 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 on these tickets. Like, you'll see those signs all the time if you go back and watch it on Netflix, or the Cock for that matter, on the Cock, not on Netflix. Let me give you an example of this financial ruin we're talking about. I'm looking at a website. I'm not going to tell you the name of the website, but they have SummerSlam tickets, Suite by the Seat, 2-night ticket plus suite access.
Oh, okay. Sweet, SUITE.
Bingo.
Like we in the seats smoking sweets.
not in the Prudential, not in the Rock, bro.
I was just finna say, you go up to the top level,
or MetLife. Yeah, not
you
MetLife.
might be able to get one. You might be able to get one if you go to the very top. But yeah, don't risk it.
So 2-night ticket, premium suite, all included food and beverage, in-suite superstar visits with TV title photo opportunity, exclusive SummerSlam and priority pass gifting, and once again they put all-inclusive food and beverage as if that's the selling point for all of this. Because God forbid you eating at a stadium is the reason why you're going to a 2-night wrestling extravaganza and only getting one night out of it, right? Take a wild guess. This price point.
Oh, I've seen it.
No, not this one, because there's another one I'm about to bring up too.
This isn't the one that's 40 bands?
Nope.
Okay. 2 nights in a suite.
It's a 2-night one person ticket.
Two night.
Yeah, so you get both nights of SummerSlam.
One person getting 2 nights of SummerSlam in a suite with food, title opportunities, $15,000.
This is a steal by comparison to your guesses. So I'm going to hit you with the
okay,
$5,000 per person.
That ain't terrible.
I've heard of way worse.
Yeah, like way worse.
Don't worry, I'm digging for it right now.
I thought they were price gouging, but like for everything you get, that
sounds pretty decent. So here's this one. There's an elite package. This is with a different company, which includes,
no pun intended,
premium front row seating, in-ring photo op at SummerSlam, private transportation to the event, or it says to events, plural. Elite welcome event, private section and all-inclusive pre-show hospitality with superstar appearances by Kevin Nash and more. Post-show press conference access and desk photo op. Tickets to both nights of SummerSlam. Tickets to SmackDown's Go Home show and Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam. Non-center front row is just an elite package and is priced currently at $32,500.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah. But the one that I just talked about, and they confirmed that they are sold out of this very limited quantity. This was the one that's 40 bands.
So, for everybody who knows what we did with the cost analysis for WrestleMania in Vegas, you were probably gonna spend something floating in that 5 bands range. Like, to have a good time, it was gonna cost you 5 bands because the ticket was gonna bust you in the head. The flight, the hotel, depending on when you get there, how much you do while you're there. It's Easter and 420 weekend. There's no way you don't somehow come in contact with the culture.
Right.
No
Of some sort. Like, whatever you like, yeah.
Whatever you like, you can find. So yeah, 5 bands is that's why we understood that there's a certain demographic of the fan base that just wasn't going to participate.
But it's disposable income.
Disposable income. Now, until we occupy a different tier in the entertainment sector, 40 bands for 2 days of anything
is a nice tall Stanley Cup of you got me all the way completely up.
I'm glad you put it that way because I would have had to search for words to do it in a different way. Yeah, it ain't happening, Captain. It just hey, you not gonna get no motion out of me. And the thing is, how many people do you really need to purchase that package to win on it?
How many people do you know in your immediate circle of friends that watch professional wrestling that are willing to do that if they had it?
Our circle of friends is different than the average person.
I know you, and that's about where it stops.
Hey, chill out. We got some.
Jamal's been front row at an NXT event, but it's, and got plenty. Like, he's immortalized in camera ops. Like, he's this new generation's no t-shirt guy.
But we got industry and rapper homies that, like, okay, if they like wrestling enough, they could do this.
Oh,
we could play 6 Degrees of Separation with some rappers that we know would do this.
Man, one rapper guy just decided that, like, after going to front row and not being acknowledged enough after being prime place and not having been being mentioned on WWE television, that he was going to go off and venture and get his own independent organization. And it's flourishing.
And it typically takes events like this. You've spent X amount of dollars to sit this close. You weren't invited. You weren't comped. And still, you couldn't get even a little bit of recognition. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go take my money and go start my own. Now I sit front row at everything. That's just a ownership mind state. That's just the type of mind state you need to be financially successful in the space we occupy. But I don't know of a lot of people who aren't professional athletes or entertainers or have done extremely well in some venture capitalism that can afford that price point per person. Like, you got some people might spend 40 bands on a whole trip, but there's a lot of, like, you flew private, you had a private chef, you staying in a villa,
no Raekwon,
transportation to and from for Cuban links only. You know what I'm saying? You might run up a tab on 40 bands before it's over with, but nobody's spending 40 bands and still got to get there.
That part.
Yeah.
I would say we got plenty more that we can discuss, but again, we were limited on time for this episode. We had to give you something for the week, so here it is. But we got plenty more to talk about next week. You know what it is. You know where to hit us up at. Show at BrokenPencilBC.com, BrokenPencilBC@gmail.com, at BrokenPencilBC on all things social, at BrokenPencilBC on what?
Everything. And everything. BrokenPencilBC.com revamp coming very, very soon. I think you're going to like the changes. Indeed.
Suave, take us to the house, bro.
So to summarize, these prices are Jokes. This is funny. Pencil pushers.
Price just
Like,
went up.
rate, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. And then
Tell that friend again.
I get them all this time. Like, rate,
Yeah,
share, subscribe.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Boom.
on it.
Heads up. Pencils down.
Bang, bang.